Tonight's Gooder Entertainment production is brought to you by The Chopping Block, Minotti Woodcrafters, Pinkerton Pit Barbecue, Texas Oil Guns, JB Waterwell, All Fired Up Barbecue Cook-Off, Texas Original Charcoal, the Briscoe Ranch Cook-Off at the Crossroads, Smoke and Magic, Texas High Roller Events, Laredo Roofing Solutions, Navy SEAL Danny Dietz Memorial Classic, Texas Chrome Heroes Foundation, The Barbecue Store, Mr. Keen Sharpening Service, Cosmos Cube Products, Half-Ass Cookers, Damn Yankee Texas Barbecue, Rectag, Quattro D Drums, We Branded Promotions, Texas Barbecue Bash, and Bull Printing Wraps and Graphics. Thank you for supporting the So Smokin' Gooder Show.
I call it bass boat.
Bass boating?
If you ever seen a bass boat go down the water and everything like that?
Oh, and he nailed it. Oh, shit. Hashtag bass boat.
Hey, we got any more beer in here? All right, I'm sorry. I won't talk again. I'm sorry. All right, go ahead, Bobby.
Ooh. Ah.
Hey there, everybody. This is Aaron the Retro Guy, host of the Morning Roast Radio Show, and you're locked in to the So Smokin' Gooder Show. Give it to them, fellas.
Hey, what's up? I'm Cosmo, and you're watching the So Smokin' Gooder Show. So grab a drink, park your ass, and don't forget to smash that subscribe button and ring that bell so you don't miss a thing.
What's up, guys? It's My Pizza Burning. Kevin Hernandez. You're watching So Smokin' Gooder Show.
Well, hello there. I'm Dennis Butterworth with Warpick Barbecue, but you can call me Butter, and you're listening and watching the So Smokin' Gooder Show with Rob Arocha.
What's going on, everyone? This is Carlos Calzada from Smoking Nose Barbecue, and you're watching the So Smokin' Gooder Show. Throw 'em out.
Hey, this is Josh Hill, Sure Shot Barbecue, and you're watching the So Smokin' Gooder Show, the Corn Dog King.
Are you ready to turn up the heat?
1. Let's go!
Because you've just tuned in to the one and only So Smokin' Gooder Show. We're coming to you live from Bullhorn Barbecue headquarters in Cypress, Texas. This is the show where we talk all things barbecue and brews, and you better believe we're here to have a good time. Get ready for the man who knows barbecue like the back of his hand, the guy who can tell you the difference between an IPA and a stout blindfolded, and the life of every party, your barbecue pitmaster and the host with the most, Rob Arocha. Whether you're part of the Gooder Gang or just here for the special guest, barbecue competition updates, or maybe even to rate some boxes, strap in, fire up those smokers, and crack open a cold one, because the So Smokin' Gooder Show starts now.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to another Wednesday night, another beautiful Wednesday night gathered with our friends and family, the barbecue community, the Gooder Gang. almost canceled the show tonight because of earlier events in America. It's a terrible day for America today. I don't know why people have to show hate in that direction. An innocent man, a man was killed holding a microphone in front of people today, assassinated. It's terrible. But we are going to get to barbecue right now. Ty has that up there. It's a terrible day. It is a terrible day for people, for free speech. You know, this guy talked to the youth of America. I don't follow him that closely. I do know who he is and what he's about, but it's just terrible that people can't speak their mind. And he obviously had an influence of some people, and he just got assassinated in front of people. It's terrible. You never know what this young man would have done in his life. He had a young family. It's terrible. We are going to get to barbecue, I promise you that. But it was just something I wanted to acknowledge. We can't have a show tonight on this day, September 10th of 2025, and not acknowledge it. Ty, get in here. I know that we had kind of briefly talked about it, but it's terrible for what happened today.
Yeah, as we're getting ready to do the 11th September show on our podcast, I was in Kosovo when 9/11 happened. So, you're preparing yourself to be able to kind of wax poetic with some of your buddies about that, live in front of a bunch of Navy operators there at the Danny Dietz, and then some stuff like this happens. So with Charlie Kirk, he is the creator and the president of Turning Point USA. It's a youth organization that really pushes conservative Christian values. And he definitely leaned Republican with all of his stuff, but that's irrelevant. The point is like you said, he engaged all these students in civil discourse. They rarely, unless people came there to agree with him, rarely did the people that stepped up and took the microphone ever agreed with him. But he did go back and forth in discourse, and he's been doing this. I think he founded Turning Point USA when he was 19 years old. So and he's 31 now. So he's been doing this for 12 years, and he definitely had political aspirations. I'm pretty sure he was already advising a lot of political things, and I think that was being molded. So yeah, I do believe this is a historic thing, but it's unfortunately, anytime there's violence every week in big cities and in the rural areas. There's violence all over, but violence like this is a message to people. And that's the part that's scary to me, because I know what war looks like, and I know how this can push people one way or the other. And I want everybody to take a breath.
I get it.
Back, and
we're a barbecue show. I get it. I 100% get it. We had a young lady get killed just sitting on a train. We're in some difficult times right now. It is terrible. And I don't care your political beliefs. I really do not. You don't hear me ever talk about my political beliefs, but when something like this happens, it feels like a moment in America that people are going to remember. This young man obviously was on a path to become a presidential candidate, or at least represent. He was a strong voice in a party. So, it just sucks that people have to resort to assassinating a voice.
The strange part is that today is when the jury was sworn in for the assassination attempt that happened at the golf course, I don't think it was not the Delaware one, but the golf course, the second one. Yeah. That guy's jury was sworn in today for his, and I think he's representing himself in court. It's crazy stuff going on, and it's if you believe in everything, you'll stand for nothing kind of thing.
Yeah. So again, understand we're a barbecue show, but my goodness, we're all Americans here. All right. And so it's a sad day for America, regardless of your political beliefs. I wouldn't want this to happen to anybody that has a voice out there, that has influence, or, just for having, he was obviously taken out because somebody didn't agree with what he was saying. And it's just a sad day. The guy was holding a microphone. I'm definitely not comparing myself to him, but we're doing the same thing. We're talking to people, obviously not politically, but
well, there's been fights that have happened at cook-offs. People get contentious about the weirdest shit. Like this just happens to be one of those nationwide, religion, politics. That's a nationwide, easy button for everybody to get offended real quickly. But yeah, exactly what you said. And then where news comes from. And here's the funny thing, Rob, is like, I know we got to get back to barbecue, but we prepare something called the hot seat for everybody on our show. And so as I'm preparing these, I wrote down for Carlos Calzada, one of his questions tomorrow is describe why barbecue heals. And you keep saying, we're a barbecue show. Yep. And I keep saying, I came from a war zone. I've been deployed a bunch of times. And so I know what that craziness looks like, and terror. I've seen the worst of people too, but barbecue definitely heals. So hopefully we can all have a good respite from tomorrow until Sunday, and then play some golf on Monday, and then move forward with the rest of the nation.
100%. So
rough day.
Rest in peace to Charlie Kirk, and prayers to his family, young family that from reports are they were there with him. Just a sad day. So anyway, we will get to barbecue. Let's get to barbecue right now. But again, I didn't want to do a show on today's date and not acknowledge what has happened in America. It's and enough. We'll move on from that because we do have a good show. Let's get into some barbecue modes. We got a barbecue show which we're going to celebrate an American hero this weekend and a KCBS contest here in Waller, Texas, which is right outside of Houston. It is a big contest, the Danny Dietz Memorial Classic, the Navy SEAL Danny Dietz Memorial Classic. I know a lot of you guys know who Danny Dietz was. He's an American hero. He was part of the Operation Red Wings on June 28th in 2005 or 2006. Ty, help me out here. I think it was definitely one of those 2 years.
Yeah, June 20th, 2005.
2005.
Mike Murphy, Axel, Danny Dietz, and of course, the story about Marcus Luttrell, the lone survivor.
Yeah, lone survivor. And there's a movie about it. You can go check that out. But we're going to celebrate Danny Dietz this weekend. We're going to be in Waller, Texas at the Jellystone Park. It is a KCBS event. So we're talking barbecue tonight with a wonderful guest tonight. This man has been traveling all over the country, all over the world even. I can't wait to have not a first-time guest. He's been on the show before. We're going to have Richard Fergola from Fergolicious BBQ. He is a stud out there in the barbecue world. He's from Kansas City. So we're going to be talking some KCBS contest a little later here in just a minute. We'll get him on here in just a minute. But, of course, I do want to give some shout-outs to the Gooder Gang, and then we will get started with this show. So we are going to change the mood here, and let's talk barbecue because we do have some stuff to talk about. And let's keep the good vibes starting and going. Let me get to the top here. Ty, you do your thing, man. Get to the top, and I'll start reading off who we got here before we get our guest of the evening. Right there he is, Johnny Maggs, the Pit Life Barbecue Podcast. What's up, Gooder Gang? We got ZZ Top Fan. He's in the house right now. We got Mr. Keen Sharpening Service checking in with a super chat. What's up, Gooder Gang? Apologize to those that were looking for me in Beeville. I was there Saturday morning, but the promoter would not let me in. What? Who is the promoter? What
man, we got to have justice for Mr. Keen.
What is going on here? He'll be in Divine and San Marcos this weekend. Teresa Edmondson, good evening, Gooder Gang. What's up, young lady? Armando De Luna, what's up, Gooder Gang? How are you? Renee Sanchez, what's going on? Chase Benson, what is up? I'll see you later. Larry Vaughn checking in from New York, stateside. Sup, peeps? That was Bottoms Up Smokers. Bobby Stewart checking in from Terrell, Texas. What's going on? Who else? We got B776. There's Bray. Right there he is, right there, some Gooder Gang. Buddy Northrup, that is JB Waterwells. If you don't know, Shauna Tillotson, what's going on? Good evening. How are you? Smoking and toasting, Caesar Mejia. Bobby Delgado, Quattro D. Sleepers. I got my sleepers in. John Turner in the house. Gordo Q, what is up? How are you? Stephen Lozano, what is going on? How are you? There he is right there. Yes. Trent Lichka, what is going on? Brandon Perriman, always forward. He will be in Waller. Randall Johnson, what is going on? Cook Shack Keating in the house. Scott Fish, what is going on? James Dodson, thank you. Jared Dyer, what is going on, my man? Bottoms Up. Sassy. Yeah. I mean, we're going to get beyond this here. Uwe Braun, No Bore Barbecue, Firebox Barbecue. Justin Payne in the house. What is up, Justin? How are you, my man? Jared McCrory, Barefoot Cooker. Steve Jimenez, tuning in from Louisiana, East Texas. No. Hey, Rob, switch mics sound a little off. Ty, do I sound off? I think it might be a Twitch thing. Keep going. Who am I missing here, Bubba? The time. Teresa Edmondson, Samantha Cherry, James Dodson. All right, I think we're towards the end here.
Yeah, I do think Braden is correct. Switch to your bass mic. You don't have any bass in your voice right now. Thanks, executive producer Braden. What's up, buddy?
All right, let me see what's going on with my microphone. Let's go audio. I should be on.
Check. Better.
Yep, that's it. There you go. Thanks, Braden.
Bass. I got some bass. I need to talk a little lower, a little slower. Let's get some sexy sounds in here, Ty. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Welcome, Gooder Gang. Let's have a show tonight. Let's talk barbecue. Some of you guys saw, Ty will put this up here, but the Fantasy Q at the Danny Dietz Memorial Classic. I do want to hear Ferg's opinion on this, or what his thoughts are on this that we're doing here. This is the Fantasy Q League Pick'em 10. It's going to be the Danny Dietz Memorial Classic this weekend. What you're seeing on screen are 93 teams that are in attendance and registered. Hopefully all of those attend. Eddie Morales said, hey, make sure they're all attending. But injuries happen in fantasy football. Maybe your guys get put on the injured list right before kickoff. I hope everybody shows up. But Ty, put that up there one more time. What that is your chance to do your fantasy league Pick'em 10 at the Danny Dietz Memorial Classic. What I'd love for you to do is participate. Pick your 10 from this list, 10 teams you think are going to score your highest cumulative score. If you are registered in the 2025 Danny Dietz Memorial Classic, you are eligible to win a free entry, absolutely free to enter, free entry into the 2026 Danny Dietz Memorial Classic. Please participate. I think it's going to be a lot of fun for people to do this. Ty has been checking in. Ty has even made some picks. If you are not cooking the Danny Dietz Memorial Classic in 2025, you are still eligible to win, not the free entry. But shout out to Kevin Hernandez from My Pits Are Burning. He has donated a My Pits Are Burning spice basket, which a lot of teams are using his product. I have used it. There's some good stuff in there. So you're going to have some quality spices, a spice basket. Again, it's free to play. So why not pick 10? Let's have a little fun with it. Pick your 10. Let's see who comes out on top. In the case of a tie, in the case of a producer tie, we'll figure out how we're going to break that tie. We'll figure it out before, and everything will be announced. I haven't really thought about that because I am seeing a lot of similar team names. I haven't seen the same list yet, but we'll see how that goes. But there you are. There's your 93 teams that are signed up for the Danny Dietz Memorial Classic. Pick 10. Hopefully we don't pick the same, but if we do, we'll figure out a way to flip a coin or run a 40-yard dash. Whoever's the quickest in a 40-yard dash will win. That sounds like the best way to do it. After drinking on a Saturday night. Yeah, that would be live. That would live. That would be the way to determine who is the winner of this Fantasy Q League Pick'em 10, sponsored by the Danny Dietz Memorial Classic and the So Smoking Gooder Show, and My Pits Are Burning for people that are not registered. Ty, what do you think about that? I know you picked your 10 already.
Yeah, I've already picked my 10. If we're going to talk about it, I'll talk about it. But I want to tell you, there's a fucking superstar other than the guest in the back in the green room. Do you want to go ahead and introduce him? You know who it is, right?
I do know who it is. Sure. Let's bring him on right now. He is a former co-host of the So Smoking Gooder Show. Is he in right now? Is he ready?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Former co-host of the So Smoking Gooder Show, a badass barbecue cook in his own right. I think he's coming out with some rubs right now. He did a little teaser of a box of lids. We're talking about the Pitfather Barbecue, Mr. Eddie Morales. Let's get him in here, Ty. What's up, Eddie?
What up?
What is going
What's
on,
up,
my
brother?
man? What's up, brother? Good to see you, my man.
Brother.
How are you?
Man, I'm good. How are you?
Good to have you back tonight. I did see you tease a little box of spices. You got something coming out, man. You wanna I know you teased it already on Insta, but I think he's reaching for something. What do we got there? Oh, it's not labeled yet. It is not labeled
And
yet.
it was supposed to be labeled today, and the labels got fucked up. So,
all right, can we hear a name?
I should have them tomorrow. But
can we hear a name? Are you gonna have them at the Danny Dietz Memorial Classic?
Yeah,
for sale.
Yes,
all right,
sir.
He'll have them at the Classic for sale. What's the name of this thing, and what's your projection of what it's going to go on? What's it for?
Well, it's in the name. It's called Brisket Vendetta. So, brisket rub.
I like it.
Got a couple of people using it, including myself, Carl Davis, and my boy Bill Purvis. They've been using it since it, since I got the first little batch out. So, man, I think a couple other guys I gave some too. So, but I know for sure Carl and Bill are using it.
Nice,
man. Carl's killing it. So, yeah,
Carl, number one CBA cook right now currently.
You're good. I mean, it tastes like Texas fucking brisket rub. I mean, I'll give you a bottle this weekend.
Oh, hell yeah. We'll check it out. I'll buy a bottle. Let's do that. I'm excited to check it out and get my hands on it because, we talk brisket together, you and I, on this show. It's something that is hit or miss right now for us. Right now, it's kind of hitting right now. So, but I will try it for certain. Okay. What isn't Carl Davis killing it at? Yeah, Shauna.
Yeah.
He is he's not number one in chicken. He's number two. But
he's number one in brisket, though.
He's number one in brisket. There he is. Oh, that's a perfect guy to put it on there, Eddie. Good marketing, my man. Good stuff. All right. What do you know about our guest tonight, man? You know Ferg?
Man, I might have personally met him at the Royal. Maybe I'm not 100% sure. Oh shit, not 100% sure, but man, I know he's a bad motherfucker. I know he be killing it everywhere he goes, and man, his social media game's really picked up here past few months, and man, he's badass dude.
Yeah, so we'll get him on, and just real quick, we are going to do a live show from the Danny Dietz Memorial Classic talking about all of our picks. So Eddie, you made some picks. I like them. It's solid. So we're going to be talking a live show on Friday from the Danny Dietz Memorial Classic, and it's basically going to be I'm going to be pulling people in, say, hey, who'd you pick and why, and give me 2 names on your list of why you think that's going to help you go out there. So, but before we get to any of all that, we'll talk a little bit about that. But we're going to have our guest tonight. Let's bring him on right now, producer Ty. We're talking about Richard Fergola. He is a two-time world champion cook. He's got some rubs out there under RF Barbecue. He had to change it. I don't know why. We'll talk about that as well. But Fergolicious BBQ, you've seen him on Barbecue Network. You've seen him all over. He's been on that YouTube show. We'll bring him on right now. Let's talk about him. Gonna bring him on right now. Fergie, Richard Fergola, Fergolicious BBQ. What is up, my man? How are you, brother?
What's up, fellas?
Where are you, man? I feel like I've been you're like all over the map. You need a map behind you with little pins of where you've been. But where are you right now?
Bro, if I told you, I don't know, I'd have to. It's kind of secret. No, I'm in Chicago, man.
Oh shit. Don't get stabbed in Chicago, bro.
I'm in my hotel room in Chicago. I'm up here doing some classes, so.
Well, Richard, I know people know you've been on the show, but for those that don't know you, you're from Kansas City. You've been in the game for quite a bit now, but please introduce yourself for the Gooder gang that maybe if you're watching this show, you know who this guy is, but give a little.
Yeah, Richard Fergola, otherwise known as Ferg or Fergie. I've been called that since I was like 10 years old. I live in Kansas City, Missouri. Lee Summit more specifically. I've been doing comp barbecue for since 2012 is when I started Fergolicious, and I've got 6 rubs sold worldwide. I teach barbecue classes worldwide, and yeah, man, this is what I do for a full-time gig. So,
bro, love that, man. I love that you've turned that into a full-time gig. I know you were, you've been on the show before. You were a high school wrestling coach back in the day. So you've channeled some of that coaching deal into coaching barbecue. Now I feel like it's kind of going in. I feel like it's hand in hand of what you've been kind of, put on to do, right?
Yeah. I coached high school and college, and the things that wrestling taught me, you can use in everyday life. I mean, it's in the business world, in your relationships with people, how you treat your kids, how you treat others. I mean, all those things, when shit don't go right and it fails, you got to figure out how to, get back up and keep moving. And, barbecue hits you with a lot of that, that's for sure. So yeah, I was just fortunate to have all that in my life for a very long time, and be able to coach that to other young men in the wrestling world. And hopefully they've been using that in their real world since then. But yeah, I've been retired from coaching for 13 years, and yeah, man, now I just cook, meat in random parking lots, man.
I love it. How often are you doing I know you're traveling quite a bit, bro. I follow you. We're buds for a while now. So I've been checking in with you and checking up with what you're doing. You're doing awesome. You're 60, or how many classes a year are you doing right now? And like, are you having time to still do the competition game? I know you'll probably do the Royal. I'd imagine you're going to be there. I don't know what's going on with you.
Well, I got a brand new trailer a year ago, and then I sold it in March. So I don't even have a rig, but I'm doing a class tomorrow night here in Chicago, and then I'm doing 2 more in Chicago at another place in Chicago on Saturday, and that'll be classes 139, 140, and 141 that I've done in the last 10 years.
Wow!
So this year, the only competitions I've done, I did a Smoke Slam in Memphis, and finally broke through there and finaled in Hog and finished 3rd in Hog.
Congrats, bro!
Then I traveled to Australia in July and taught a class there and did a double world and GC day 1, and then got 7th on day 2. I was cooking on a Yoder and 1 drum with meat that they gave me, and that was a challenge, man. But and then I just taught a class in Canada and cooked a KCBS up there, and it was unique. They did a reverse payout. They were trying something new. They were trying to see who will show up for a contest for the bragging rights rather than prize money. And so they flip-flopped it. So GC money went to 10th place, and 10th place money went to GC. And I got 10th.
Nice.
I mean, it was crazy. I mean, I got 10th in chicken right out of the gate. So I'm already up. And then I got no call on ribs and no call on pork, which is ironic because that was the class I taught while I was up there, was comp ribs and pork. And then I got 5th in brisket and then finished 10th overall and left with the most money in the contest. But
real quick, let me stop you real quick, because Eddie, I have the question for you, both of you guys. If you hear that and 10th place pays your first place, are you holding back a little bit? Did you hold back, Fergie, or did you do your thing?
No, I when I found out that's what was happening, I was like, man, I'm just going to go up there and cook and do my cook. I was cooking on a Yoder and a couple gateways, and I was able to take my meat up there with me too, or I had it shipped up there. But that's just where it fell. I mean, that was what I planned on doing, and it is what it is.
What about you, Eddie? You gonna change a little bit?
Man, you always want to win a contest. I don't know if I could bring myself to, screw up on purpose or make something not as good as I think I can. So I probably wouldn't.
Well, and it doesn't matter. You could cook your best cook and get 10th. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And you could try to fail and win it. So, you know what I mean? That's just how this game goes.
Serge, who do I send our picks to? I believe you're talking about the fantasy draft. It is on the So Smoking Gooder Show page. You have to post them on that post. You'll see it. You'll see that thing that I just posted. Put your 10 picks there. Get involved. I'm excited to do that. Ferg, you saw what we got going on for this Danny Dietz Memorial Pick'em. What do you think of that? You know, this is nothing new, right? Y'all have done some fantasy picks at a contest, but this is a little special because I got the roster prior to the contest, put them all out there, and let everybody participate, because generally I see a fantasy league and there's maybe 10 people that happen to be in that group of people that are picking, but this is open to everybody. This is kind of different. What do you think about that, bro?
I'm picking Kit Polk.
He's not. Was he? Yeah. Canned Heat.
Canned Heat. Yeah. Canned Heat. Yeah. That dude's crazy, man. Like he, we were in Australia. He was in Australia. He cooked that same contest, man. I just had a blast with that dude, but I always have a blast with Kit Polk. But man, those fantasy things are crazy because it's just like I said earlier, man. You don't know what's going to happen. You just don't know. Sure. It's fun. I love it because it's a side bet. It adds a little more camaraderie to the game, and makes it a little bit more interesting, kind of like the Wild Child and those kind of things. But those are tough to do, man. Those are tough.
Adds a little juice, right? Adds a little juice to the overall event. And shout out to the Danny Dietz Memorial Classic. Shout out to Jen Lee offering up that free entry into the 2026 contest, which I think is very special, right? To go out there and have an opportunity by picking. Sorry, my wife, I think, is getting here home. And my dogs are going to freak out for a minute. But yeah, to have that opportunity to win a free entry just for picking right is special and different. What else is going on with you? I wanted to highlight, you got some rubs. We did talk about Fergolicious, but you changed the name, and I said I would ask you about that. What happened there? Why did you have to change the name to it, and how's that working for you, man?
Yeah, that happened. It's probably going on almost 2 years now. My co-packer hit me with it, and for a couple reasons. One, there were some vendors that only want to deal with trademarked brands. And back during COVID, maybe it was before COVID, I tried to trademark Fergolicious and I got blocked. And then we appealed it, and I got blocked again by Stacey Ferguson, otherwise known as Fergie from the Black Eyed Peas. And
really? Damn.
She's got the mark on the word Fergolicious with an A because her last name is Ferguson. I was trying to trademark Fergolicious BBQ, and of course mine's with an O because my last name is Fergola. So anyway, I got blocked twice, so I wasn't trademarked under Fergolicious, and they were also just kind of saying, people were maybe the consumer was getting confused a little bit, so they just recommended doing a rebrand. And I fought it tooth and nail, and I didn't want to do it. I've taken so much time and energy to build up the name, the brand Fergolicious. And I sat there and tried to come up with all kinds of new names, blah, blah, blah. And then finally I just was like, if it's going to be anything, it's going to be me. It's going to be my name. So the rubs are all the same. They're all the same rubs. They just have a new name and new labels. And the flavor call outs are simple and in your face. So if you're walking down, the aisle and you look at it, you're going to know exactly what's in that freaking bottle. And that's a good tip for anybody that's getting into the rub game. Make sure it's simple for the consumer. So they're going to be looking at a shelf of 100 different rubs. And what are you going to do to make it's so saturated? What are you going to do to make yours stand out? And they got to be able to, you got to make it easy for them. It can't be difficult.
And going through what you did legally, you got to check out, right? You got to make sure your name is registered and whatnot. Hopefully Eddie the pit father has been registered, because that's something you don't want to deal with down the line. I'm sure that you didn't like getting that letter, and like you said, you've done well to build your brand and be who you are. You've been on television, and so it's everybody's tied to that. You're tied to that. I mean, as far as Fergolicious, it's been around for quite a while in the barbecue game.
And but hey, RF.
Well, Richard Fergola Barbecue is trademarked now. I own that, so nobody else can use that. And my competition team is still Fergolicious. I mean, I'm wearing the hat. It's just my brand is my name. So,
did you think about making it one brand?
What do you mean?
Just going Richard Fergola Barbecue, or
you mean and just doing away with Fergolicious altogether?
Yeah.
Well, that's what they pitched me at the beginning, and I was like, I just can't do that, man. Like,
yeah,
that's how people know me. You know what I mean? They know me by that name.
Yep.
And I mean, I've had some people that know me for a long time, and they're like, I didn't even know your first name was Richard. Because everybody calls me Ferg or Fergie, and so
no, it's definitely unique, and it is well known in the barbecue game for sure, in competition barbecue world for sure. But yeah, people see that, and like you meant, you get on television, that's a good thing. That's a great marketing tool, and you've been on TV, and you've done numerous television things. So yeah, I can imagine how hard it would be. 4 of them. I can imagine how hard it would be to break away from that.
Yeah. So I fought it, and I just told him, I said, my team's still going to be Fergolicious, and we'll change my name. And that's what we ended up doing. So, and it's doing great. All the chains love it. The buyers love it. It looks better on the shelf. It's easier to understand. And that's where I've been spending most of my time. You were asking about doing comps earlier. And I've been going to a lot of shows, Ace Show, Do It Best, True Value, Orgill, all these shows, just to make sure that my brand and my products are getting the first look and getting on these shelves, not only nationwide but worldwide.
Awesome. Eddie, if you got a question, jump in. But I do want to, you heard us talking about, we don't get a lot of KCBS events in here. You are from Kansas City. That's primarily where you cook, where you've, cut your teeth in barbecue. I do have, we're going to continue talking about Richard Fergola Barbecue, Fergolicious Barbecue, but I do want to give the listeners and the viewers watching right now, we are going to talk about, I do want to pick your brain on, like techniques or boxing deals that can help these guys. Cause we got a big event this weekend, Danny Dietz Memorial Classic. And then of course the Royals coming up in a few months. And so Texas cooks have gone up to Kansas City and done well. But we got some new guys that are going to go up there. And so we'd love to hear from a seasoned KCBS cook about maybe some techniques, tips, tricks, whatever it may be. So if you're still watching, please tune in. We're going to be doing that here. And then, of course, I don't know if you watch regularly, but Richard, I want you to think about your Mount Rushmore of barbecue, 4 people on your mountain and 1 in the gift shop. And then we have your barbecue homie. That's somebody that you talk into quite regularly about barbecue. You want to maybe set up next to that's whoever your main barbecue homie is. You probably know that off the top of your head. And then you get 1 in the gumball, which our co-host Eddie coined, and they're almost there, but you got to pay a quarter or 10 cents, whatever it may be, to drop them out and get them in a nice little bubble pack. So anyway, Eddie, you got anything to ask him right now?
I was kind of, you've been on a couple shows, and do you feel like that kind of helped your brand grow? Like, was it already growing and that kind of pushed it, or was it just, man, the show kind of bumped you up as where you are now?
Great question.
Well, the very first show I did was Barbecue Pitmasters, and I didn't have any seasonings out yet. We were in the process of developing them, and that show was the catalyst that made the Fergolicious brand take off so fast. Just because when you're on a nationally televised show like that, and everybody's seeing that's why we had a logo for Fergolicious that one of my college wrestlers drew up. And before we went on the show, I was like, if we're going to go on a nationally televised show, we need to have a logo we're going to stick with, because everybody's going to see it. And so we redesigned it and came out with, just had some shirts printed up real fast before we went to Florida to film. And we had some bottles with some seasoning in it, this stuff we had been working on. And once that show came out, it was just like, it made it a lot easier, if that makes sense. Like, we were just able to, and then getting on another show. And then, like, especially once you get on Food Network, man, now it's like a whole nother level.
Yeah.
And of course, at that same time that all that's happening, I'm over here in the trenches, just freaking pushing, and out in the game, out in the parking lots, trying to win contests every weekend to, build up my accolades and build that rep up so that I'm not just out here, pitching nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I wanted to have that respect in the game so that when I brought my products out that, people automatically knew that. So.
Yeah. And I see you, man, you've been posting a lot and doing a lot of social media stuff too. I feel like I've been seeing it a lot more here lately versus, a year or two ago. Like, I feel like now every time, even if you're not posting it, but it's getting shared or, sponsored videos are just coming up, and man, that's badass.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. It's, when you go from working for somebody else to being your own boss and, you're totally, I'm 100% focused on my brand now. So, I have that time, to map those things out and set guidelines and be a creator on top of me and a pit master. So, I've tried to intertwine both those worlds and, into my brand and create more videos. And I'm trying to get better at it. I mean, it's not easy to just do that all the time. So,
no.
And and as much as I travel, I'm here till I was just, I was in Canada, and then I was just in Indianapolis, and now I'm here. And so when you're on the road a lot, I mean, I still get content when I'm doing things like this, but to create videos like that, it takes a minute. Because I'm the cameraman, I'm the editor, I'm the sound guy, I'm the cook, I'm all of it. So
yeah, you do it all.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I ain't traveling all over the world, but I mean, cooking every weekend, even then it's hard to hit that record button. Like, I'll set up my camera, I'll set up this and like lights, and then I never hit record. Next thing you know, my brisket is boxed and turned in, and I'm like, fuck, I have nothing to show for it. Like,
I totally feel you, man.
Shitty picture of a brisket box, you know what I mean? But
yeah, I totally feel you. That's why I always tease Bill Purvis, because I'm like, bro, how do you have time? Look, there's Bill right there.
There he is right there. Speaking of Bill,
I'm like, how do you have time to set up that camera and hit record, man? Because I mean, I know his wife's there a lot, but even when he's solo, he still has that stuff, and I'm like I'm just over here trying to get my shit done. So
yeah, I'm full sprint 2 turn-ins. Like, man, I'm almost late almost every weekend, and so I do
love watching
as
Eddie
much
run.
as I want to do it. Like, and when I do, I'm like, fuck yeah, I got some good content, and I'll have from one cook off, I can probably get a week worth of shit to post. But man, after a while, it's like, well, fuck, I need to film something else. And I mean, Rob seen me run fucking
a lot,
hundreds of times.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, sprinting through the fucking field, like
it is.
Been there, done that, man. Been there, done
great. Ferg, talk about, not to get personal, but talk about maybe taking that leap of doing full-time barbecue. I know Bill has done it. We've seen, Phil has done it. A lot of people, not a lot, but there are some people out there and that have taken that leap. Maybe it was pushed or, personal or whatever it may be. But man, for you to do what you're doing right now, I commend you, man, because it is a grind, and you have really, it helped that you already had established brand, but man, it's still got to be pretty scary and kind of, uncharted waters to do that. And what did you prioritize, and what did you do to do what you're doing right now? Because man, you're out there doing multiple classes, you're traveling the world, and it's from the outside looking in, it looks great, but I know that it's been hard, it's been a grind, and it's probably been scary, man. Talk about maybe those first moments.
Yeah, I loved working for Proud Souls. Love those guys. They were awesome. And when it, unfortunately, when that ended, it was almost like it was supposed to happen, because I think that kind of forced me into, okay, I can either go work for somebody else, or I can just concentrate on me and focus on me and my brand. And ironically enough, my girlfriend is a real estate agent, and I went to they had like a presentation at their office, and it was like almost like a professional development, if you will. And that was like the message of it was, you know, this year, going into this year, let's concentrate on building ourselves, build yourself up, and do those kind of, and invest in yourself. That was the big thing, was invest in yourself. And I think I just got to the point where I'm like, hey man, I've been doing this a long time. I've got a solid foundation. I'm not perfect at any of it by any means. I still learn every day, and I'm thankful for everybody that supports myself and my brand that I've created. But I look back at when I first started this, and I was just, you know, paying for meats out of my pocket and hoping to win the money back or to pay for gas or whatever. And you know, to get it to where it is now, it does take a lot of hard work and a lot of failures too. But I guess that's what I did. I invested in myself, and I relied on the path that I had already started. And when you're working for somebody else, you kind of get off that path because you're promoting them and working for them, and that's great. But when you get back on your own path and you're just concentrated on you can do some pretty amazing things. And I've been doing Fergolicious for like 13 years, and I feel like the best is on deck, baby.
That's awesome, bro. And that is awesome. What a cool timing, right, of that seminar that you went to hear that, and at that perfect moment in time that you needed to hear that. That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, and my girlfriend too, she was like really pushing that as well. She was, because she's really, really good, business minded, and she's done the same thing with herself. And you know, I said, let's go, man, let's go. And you know, there's still a lot of things I need to do, and a lot of things that I want to accomplish and make happen. But you know, it takes time, and I'm one person, and I'm trying to do it all. But you know, I'm not cooking contests in parking lots, but I'm doing classes in parking lots and sleeping in hotel rooms, and you know, it is a grind, man. It catches up with you too.
100%.
Like you said, you know, working for somebody else versus working for yourself, you realize, like, man, I haven't been doing shit. Like, I mean, you could be a good worker, you know, for a company or whatever, but man, until you start working for yourself, you really don't know like how hard it is to run a business, you know, because man, I've been doing construction since I was 17, and man, I was working for a company, and I quit, and I started my own thing, and it's one of those things where you're like, man, I either take the step or I don't, you know. And when you do, you're like, all right, now I have more freedom. Like, I work for myself, I can do this and that. But man, now I'm working, you know, leaving the house at 5:30, 6 in the morning, and getting home at 7 or 8 p.m. And it's like, damn, like now I have to work for the money that I make, you know. And you have to fucking grind like as hard as you can, because you're not dependent on a weekly paycheck.
Right. Yeah, you're working even harder than you did before. The nice thing is, in there you do have those moments though where you can, you know, like, you know, maybe I'm not going to go do this. I want to go to the lake with my family this weekend. I mean, you can schedule a meeting with yourself and then ask yourself, can I go or not? You know what I mean? Like it's but I totally get it, brother. I'm like,
well, because I mean, there's time, you wake up, you're like, hey man, I can't come in today, whatever. But you can't do that to yourself. You're like, fuck, this job has to get done so I can get paid. You know? It. So man, that's badass that it takes a lot of nuts to fucking quit your job and just kind of start something, you know, and go full time with it.
Yeah, it's crazy. And like I said, it's still growing, and lots of ideas on the list to make happen. So
fuck yeah.
100%, man. Great conversation, boys. Serge, there's your rub right there. In the
this was sent to me by Eric Cantrell. He says, this is his rub at Home Depot in New Jersey. So I guess,
nice.
That's pretty freaking awesome. You see some chicken fried there, see some smoking magic down there.
I like it.
That's pretty awesome. A Home Depot in New Jersey.
Appreciate
that, Eric Cantrell.
Yes, thank you, Eric.
Master Judge.
Yeah.
Certified.
We're
judge.
Yeah, there's a Old World or the barbecue spot, which you can see in the background there. Narrowed. There's 12 brands left, and that's a different setup. It looks like they're using a different shelf there, but all of us in that picture, we're in about 1,300 Home Depots nationwide, and we each have 2 of our rubs on the shelf. So Plowboys has 2, Chicken Fried has 2, I have 2, Boards Not Out has 2. We all have 2 in there. So when I was driving up here to Chicago today, I stopped at a Home Depot in Des Moines and walked in, and they had it. So it's kind of nice to see that. It's still growing. I just got back in the Ace warehouse, so I'm hoping that starts to really explode.
There's some Rio Valley meats in there in the very bottom left corner.
Yeah, he's got both of his in there. Yep.
Yeah. Talking about that from not you, but I'm just talking about it from the tip of Texas to New Jersey. I think that's what he said.
Wild.
My goodness, that's crazy. Real quick, Surge is in the comments, one of our follow teams from 24, 23. Invest in yourself. He is starting a new barbecue business, man. He's going to be selling barbecue. So good luck to you, Surge, and I hope the best for you, and good luck, and go kick ass. And that is Last Roundup Barbecue. If you're ever in Midland or Odessa, go check them out, man. That is it right here. Got you in Alaska too. What up, Jay Jensen from Alaska? That's a whole nother country.
Damn. Hell yeah.
No, that is our country, separated by a whole other country, soon to be, maybe. Whatever this, right? You never know. Anyway, well, cool. So you mentioned stuff on the horizon, man. Astros win. Thank you very much. I like that. Thanks for the updates, Gooder Gang. I appreciate it. But you mentioned some good stuff on the horizon, or the best is yet to come. Talk about that before we get into some of these tips and stuff for the Gooder Gang that is going to be cooking some KCBS events here shortly.
Well, I mean, like was mentioned earlier, you're just going to see a lot more video work from me. I haven't had any time to invest in my YouTube channel that I started years and years ago. But I'm going to start to develop and grow that more. I've kind of revised it a little bit more, so it's more up to date. But you're going to start to see a lot more like reels and, those kind of things coming from me with content. And some of the other stuff I haven't really said yet, just because it's all in developmental stages. And
breaking news. No, I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah,
I'm just messing with you.
Cool. I am pretty excited about. I'm possibly, I'm pretty close to finalizing that in February. I'll be in New Zealand at Meatstock doing a couple classes and competing there.
Wonderful.
Like the week after the Super Bowl. So after the Chiefs win the Super Bowl,
it's not happening this year, bro.
I'm going to go to New Zealand.
And it didn't happen last year either, but
it's all good, man. It's still, we're going to play the Eagles this Sunday, man. So we'll see what's up then.
Is it a rematch this weekend?
Yeah, it's our first home. It's our first home game in Kansas City. Yeah.
I did. For those that don't know, what is your TikTok, or where can they find you on social media? Because you just posted a tailgating video. You happen to be in Indianapolis. How's that stadium, by the way?
Oh, it's pretty cool. It's like an indoor retractable roof.
Yeah.
And we were there for the Do It Best True Value show, and we were inside the convention center, and we were getting ready to go out to the game. And I said, "Oh man, I got this cool idea. So let's take some of our product out." I said, cool. Kansas City's got the best tailgating in the world. I said, let's go out and walk around and see if they invite us in, and we'll give them some product. And we met some great people. The stadium was cool. I stood about 10 feet from Peyton Manning.
Really?
Yeah, because he was there. They got a statue of him right in front of the stadium, and he was standing right in front of it.
Oh. He got a picture. Send it to Ty. Ty will put it on there in the show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, send it. He sent you the link. Send it to Ty.
My TikTok is Fergolicious _BBQ. So.
Fergolicious _BBQ. Yeah, you were able to go and do some tailgating. I would love to see more of that, especially when you're at Kansas City, because you mentioned allegedly the best tailgating group in America. Texans have some really good tailgating. It's undeniable. I actually went, I don't know if you know this, I went to the KC Texans AC or a divisional wild card. Was it no? It was a divisional game.
The one that we were losing.
Yeah, last year. And
last year,
15 degrees. Yeah, y'all were losing.
I thought you meant the one like years ago.
No, I didn't go to that.
Down 24 to nothing, and then we worked you guys like a part-time job.
It wasn't that. That was 2019. That was 2019. Bill O'Brien went for it on our fucking 30-yard line. Stupid. Anyway, no, but it was last year in the playoff game. It was 15 degrees at kickoff. It was like 7 after the game. It was cold as shit. But to y'all's credit, we were still tailgating out there. Oh, there it is right there.
Peyton.
And does he have a big forehead?
That's his statue right behind him.
He's got a 5 head. No, it's pretty cool, bro. That is cool. I did love the content, man. So do more of that. That was kind of fun.
Thank you.
It's just interesting to see that. So yeah, man, best of luck to Fergolicious BBQ and what you got going on, because this is your full-time job now, man. So no, that content was fun. It was fun that you went into other people's tailgate camps. And I'm a tailgater. That's where I started doing some that's how I got started in barbecue, was through tailgating.
Yeah.
So I understand that. Yeah, we would totally have welcomed you in here and you would have had a good time at our tailgate. So no, it's all good, man. It's awesome. Adam, I didn't see his comment, but so we talked about what's coming up the pipeline, right? We talked about your history here. Anything that we failed that you want to bring up before we kind of go on to the second part of this thing, which is some tips, tricks, maybe know-how, because you are a KCBS champion. So what else we got?
I mean, for me, it's just, talking about the products, you can go to your local, do you guys have Shields in Texas?
I think there is one in North Texas.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. We don't claim North Texas. It's kind of
it's that kind of thing.
He was painting
Manning there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just check out Shields, Ace Hardware, Home Depot, fergoliciousbbq.com for products and classes and those kind of things. And really, I mean, that's about it, man.
Little Gringo Eric says, tell them about what you've done in the past where you will travel to an away game and compete with local pit masters from that team's area in a friendly competition.
That sounds fun.
Oh, I thought you had done that. Let's do it. Come to a Texans game and we'll do a friendly competition. That'll be fun. Dallas has one. Austin is getting one. Bill Purvis knows.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, because he's in there too.
Me off, bro. Why are you flipping me off? What's up, Erica Dodson? How are you? Chris Hatcher says yes, they have a Shields. That is Chris is in Oklahoma. He is in South Oklahoma, North Texas area. They don't claim us either.
And we don't.
Whatever. Well, cool. I don't have a upcoming event segment or a wrap-up recap. I'm sorry, guys. I wasn't 100% sure we were going to do. I know Eddie's fine with that. I wasn't 100% sure we were going to do that. So we're just going to roll in to do you have your – oh, he's getting tired. Are we keeping you up? Are we keeping you up?
No, you're good, man. I'm just an old man.
But do you have your Mount Rushmore that you want to start that now, or do you want me to wait a little bit on that and we talk some KCBS stuff?
Well, I was thinking about it. I mean,
if you're ready, we got to cue music and we got to do our thing. You ready? He's ready, yeah. Ty. Let's do it. All right, Richard Fergola from Fergolicious BBQ. This is our segment that we do. We call it this is your Mount Rushmore barbecue, bro. This is 4 people on your mountain. Maybe have inspired you, helped you along the way, whoever it may be. I know you are in KC, so this is a lot of Texas teams are watching this show. A lot of teams from all over the country actually watch this show. I need to stop saying that, but your Mount Rushmore may be a little different than what we normally hear on here. So who's on your Mount Rushmore, and put your name on them and tell us why they're on Fergolicious BBQ's Mount Rushmore, please.
Well, the first one I'm going to talk about is going to be an old school fella who inspired me and helped me out quite a bit, was Tim Grant of True Bud Barbecue. I think he's one of the best to ever do it.
I've heard his name. Yes, for sure.
100%.
The guy used to have some crazy numbers, and he was, he was nails. You know what I mean? Like when it came down to it, the guy was cold as ice. So I'd have to go with Tim Grant. And then another old school guy, but he's still doing it. And that's Darren Worth of Iowa Smoky D's. I mean, you talk about a guy that's won pretty much everything there is to win.
He's a goat.
He's won every major championship, I think, except for Memphis. And he's won Houston. He's won the Royal. He's won the Jack. You name it, he's won it. So he's definitely on there. And now to get into the obvious, I mean, you can't have that without having Brad Leininger on there, because the guy is in total domination mode. 4 Team of the Years, about to win his 5th. The point gap is not even close. The guy is, I think he's asleep at the wheel and still winning GCs. And
yeah.
You know, how many is that? 3?
That's 3. You got one more, bro.
Okay. I mean, there's many others that I could pick, but this last one I'm going to pick, not just from a cook standpoint. I just think the guy is he's a mastermind, and he just does things. It's like kind of like when you call a natural athlete, like this person's just a natural athlete, but also what he's done on the business side of barbecue, and that, to me, that's Tim Shear. The guy has done some amazing things in barbecue, from winning competitions to winning business. And I know there's more, but I mean, those are 4. And then did you say I had to talk about a homie? Like my,
you get one more in the gift shop. They almost made it on your mountain, but they get a cool little bobblehead in the gift shop. So who's this person?
I thought it was like I get to name like one of my close friends or something.
It's coming. That's next. This is still your Mount Rushmore. Who's getting that bobblehead? Who almost made it on your mountain, man? Did you have anybody you were like debating?
I didn't know. I didn't have a 5th.
Well, you got to name one. You can come back to it. Come back to it. But yeah, we're talking about barbecue homies, man. This is Eddie. Talk about a barbecue homie, bro.
Man, when you used to compete, whoever you called up, like, hey man, where we going this weekend, or are you gonna be there? Let's set up next to each other. And somebody you just talk to throughout the week, about barbecue and shit.
Yeah, I mean that's not a hard one for me. I mean, my closest barbecue buddy. My closest buddy is Smitty from Loot and Booty. I mean, me and that guy have taught a dozen or more classes together. We've cooked a lot of contests against each other. We've done classes in other countries. I mean, if I had to pick, one barbecue person that I'm probably the closest to, it'd be Smitty.
Give me a Smitty in another city story.
Oh man, I don't know if this show is ready for that.
We're ready, bro. But don't incriminate anybody.
Well, I mean, him and I got tattoos together several times. We were doing a class in Florida one time, and we got done prepping meat. And he's like, "What do you want to do?" And I said, "I don't know. Let's go get a tattoo." And he's like, "Okay, bet." So we went down the street, got a tattoo. When we were in Costa Rica and we did a class, our good buddy Randall, who Randall is our buddy, but Edron, who brought us down there, we went over to Randall's house, and Randall had only tattooed like 3 people in his whole life. Like he was just getting into tattooing. So we went to his house and sat in his kitchen and drank some Miller High Lifes while he tattooed me on my arm and then tattooed Smitty on his chest. And then we went down to Jaco down there by the beach. But
did I get the same tattoo?
Smitty got the Costa Rican flag, and I got Pura Vida on my arm.
Nice. All right. Me and Eddie got a tattoo together one time.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, we can't show each other though. We can't show y'all. So, Cool. Well, how about maybe the gumball machine, Eddie? Talk about that, and can he do it? Because he didn't do hasn't done it yet. A bobblehead on the Mount Rushmore. Can you do a gumball?
Yeah. So a gumball is whoever you call when Smitty doesn't answer. So you hang up the phone and be like, "Fuck, man! Now I got to call this guy."
That'd be Craig Verhaeghe.
All right, nice.
Barbecue Ninja.
The Barbecue Ninja. Yeah.
Yep. He's my homie too. 100%. I love that dude. Him and I have also done a lot of things together. And he's a stud at everything. I got my 5th.
Oh, nice. Go ahead. Who is it?
My bobblehead. And he deserves to be mentioned. He's also a really good friend of mine. He would also probably be in that gumball. Like, I'd call him as well. But that's Jeff Vanderlinde from Shiggin' and Grinnin'. The dude is a stud. I mean, the guy has been around a long time and still winning. And I mean, the guy just knows how to cook comp barbecue.
100%. Hey, that's a great list. Jeff Vanderlinde. Is it Lindy?
Yeah, Lindy. Jeff Vanderlinde. Shiggin' and Grinnin'.
Shiggin' and Grinnin'. Yeah, another show, Barbecue Pitmasters guy, right?
Yep.
You've got Tim Grant, Barbecue Pitmaster guy. Darren Worth. Has he been on Barbecue Pitmasters?
No.
Wow. How did they miss him? The GOAT. Brad Leininger, we just saw him on the what is it, Food Network show, Barbecue Brawl, did very well. And
Yep.
Tim Shear has not been on a show, I don't think.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
That's not his thing.
Yeah, I don't know. He'd be good TV. I don't know.
He was on Barbecue USA. We were on Barbecue USA with Michael Simon.
Yeah.
He was on the final episode at Memphis when they won Memphis.
Real quick, if you want to maybe get some tips to somebody that is interested in being on a show, what do you recommend they do?
I don't even know what to say, dude. It's like so hard. Like you see these people put links up for application. That's the first thing you got to do is fill out an application. But when you fill it out, you got to be very aggressive with like how you talk about yourself. Like you need to, if you're normally not the kind of person that's going to talk about yourself, in this case, you have to do it because they want confident. They want people that are confident in themselves. And they're looking for a little bit of cockiness because they want that to come out on camera. And so, because if they get that out of a person, they get better TV. And so that's one thing I learned in the very beginning is when you're answering these questions, be kind of, arrogance may be a strong word, but like be very confident in yourself. Like when they ask you at the end, why are you going to be the next Barbecue Pitmaster or Barbecue Pitmaster champion? Because I'm the best freaking, you gotta like give it to them. And so, and really that's about all you can do. If they ask you to do an audition video, you got to show your character. But after that, man, it's like completely out of your hands. It's all in their hands. And all you're doing is playing a weight game. And you're going to, if you get a call, you get a call. Otherwise it's just crickets and you just got to accept it and move on.
Would you do the show that Brad just did, the Barbecue Brawl? Would you do something like that? Are you it's different, right? It's not straight barbecue. It's a chefy kind of you got to have a lot of other skills, right, to do that kind of show. Is that something that you do well in?
I mean, yeah, I think I would do great in it. I applied for that. I've applied for that show every year. And actually the very first season of that, I had a couple interviews with them and then COVID hit. And then I've never heard from them again since. I feel like I'm perfect for that show. And I tell them that when I fill out my application, but no, man, I haven't got anything. That's just how it goes.
100%. All right. Let's shift gears. We've got some big KCBS events here in Texas. One this weekend. Eddie and I will be there. Wish you were there, but you're in Chicago. Handling business. don't get stabbed. We are going to be we're going to be competing in this deal. So a lot of these Texas teams don't have the opportunity to travel far north, or when they come here, it's a different kind of game. Let's talk chicken, right? So what's the trend? What are most of I know you're a comp cook as well, but what is Fergolicious turning in? What's your goal to turn in? Are you doing thighs? You doing wings? Are you doing a combination of things? What's Ferg doing as far as a chicken box?
Ferg turns in 6 chicken thighs. One thing my good buddy Regan has always said from La Pasadita, if you want to win chicken, cook legs. If you want to GC the contest, cook thighs. He said that to me one time at a contest, maybe in Texas. I think we were in Lubbock.
But he cooks legs.
Huh?
He cooks
legs. Yeah, that's why he said it. But I know wing flats are trending hard, and they keep growing and growing. And they're scoring, like my boy Smitty, he turns them in. But I have learned in this game that I'm going to try to keep everything as simple as possible and just make sure that the tenderness is on point and the flavor is on point. I got no issues with my appearance because that should be the easiest 9 I get all day. But I'm nailing flavor and I'm nailing tenderness mostly because all the stuff that we all use all tastes good. So if I'm nailing tenderness, I know I'm in the game, but I'm not going to go overboard. I'm not going to try to create some fancy looking box. I'm going to keep it nice and straightforward chicken.
You mentioned a 9 should be like your easy 9, right? It should be something you're striving for and getting. Now let's talk about the trimming of a chicken thigh, for example. What is the perfect weight to get 6 beautiful, perfectly symmetrical that'll fill the box? Is there a weight in mind that Ferg is doing? Again, we're not going to talk recipes here, just techniques, man.
No, for me, I get asked that a lot about weight. I used to do that early in the day. I don't weigh the chicken thighs, but what I do is when I order it from my meat guy, I get my chicken thighs in 6-packs, and I just tell them that I want the heaviest 6-packs I can get. Like as heavy as I can get them. I want them big. And when I get them all home, so I used to cook 16 thighs, and over the last couple of years, I've gone down to just cooking 8. I cook 8 and I turn in 6 because it allows me to get more focused on those 8 rather than saying, oh, I've got 16 and I got all these to choose from. Ever since I've gone to 8 and turning in, doing it that way, chicken has become so much easier because I'm more focused on just those 8. And so,
I love that mentality. Yeah. And you hear it all the time, right? Why are you cooking 2 briskets when you just focus on 1? And you just mentioned it like that. So no.
Right. And if you think about it, like you just said, 2 briskets, if you're cooking 2 briskets, I mean, that tells me that your brisket game's not strong. So, you got to be able to, minimize things, like 8 chicken thighs, 4 slabs of ribs, 4 money muscles, and 1 brisket, man. Like I try to travel as light as possible.
Eddie, if you have questions, jump in here. But so you're not weighing them. You're just you're eyeballing, right? You're doing the eyeball test. So when you get them from a supplier, when you get them, you just mentioned you're trying to get the thickest ones. Are you trimming them after that? Are you still doing a little something to them, or are you just kind of going with them? If they look right, they're good.
Oh no, I'm doing a lot of trimming to them.
Yeah.
I do I trim on Wednesday mornings if I have a Friday, Saturday comp. So that's when I trim all the chicken. But really, once I get the package open, I'm kind of looking at them and feeling them in my hands, just for thickness and looking at the size of them. And then I just go right into trim mode. So I start trimming them. And if I get one that maybe didn't trim out the way I thought it would, then because I'll buy 16 thighs and I'll trim my best 8. So, if I have to grab an extra one, I will, but I grab the 8 biggest ones I can get and I just start trimming them up.
Transparent skin. Is that still a thing in KCBS?
but not for me. It's not. I'm kind of surprised that people still do it. I get asked that in every comp class I do if I scrape skins, and I haven't scraped skins in probably 6 or 7 years, man. Like, I know there's people that still do it. I see videos on it all the time with the little spinning thing or whatever, and they're doing all that. But I just use a jacquard, dude. So once I get my skin squared up, I just hit it with a jacquard on one side. I flip it over. I hit a jacquard on the other side. And then once I wrap it on my bird, then I hit it on the bird and then rewrap it all nice and tight. And now it's completely perforated. So it's going to do the exact same thing. Once it cooks, now it's perforated. So now when you go to bite it, it just goes right through.
What about fat?
And it still has the fat on it, which is going to add a little bit more rendinger and flavor to that chicken.
You don't take off no fat.
Not unless there's like once I square up my thigh, that maybe there's like a little thick deposit all in one corner. I may just take that off to kind of even out that, but I don't take none.
Temperature wise, or what are you cooking chicken on?
206.
What kind of apparatus are you using?
Thermopen.
I mean, drum, pellet. What are you doing?
For the majority of my years of competing, I was cooking on a Myron Mixon gravity feed, charcoal water cooker.
Yeah.
But right now I'm cooking on like a Yoder and Gateways. So
God, I have a gnat in here. I'm sorry. Okay. So when you jacquard, which is great, I love that little tidbit here. When you jacquard and you're leaving the fat on, I feel like listening to you, like that fat is going to just kind of absorb that cut or that little poke in there and not break away. I feel like if you're going to go transparent and jacquard, you run the risk, especially cooking at 300 degrees, you're running the risk of it popping,
tearing.
Right?
Yep.
100%. So
yeah, I would do one or the other. I wouldn't scrape and jacquard.
So that fat is going to protect a little bit of that, I feel, on there. So no, that's great. Butter bathing. We still butter bathing.
Yep. I use, I go to Walmart and I buy these grill toppers. They're like these mesh.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a mesh, like grill. It almost looks like a grill grate, but it's really flexible.
Yeah, we're very familiar with them.
Yep. So I cut one in half and I put it in my half pan, and then I put my chickens in there, and then I put the butter on the side of the pan, and then when I put it on the pit, I just let that all melt down underneath, and then after it gets its color and its smoke, then I lit it, and then let it steam a little bit, and then we're ready to rock.
Wonderful. I've heard a little techniques about venting or opening one corner of a half pan if you're going to put them in a half pan, like you just mentioned. Is it full covered and kind of like okay, full covered? You're not worried about it. Timeline open a little bit, and then you're covering it up and letting it run.
Yeah, that's the one thing about chicken, man. I know my cook is an hour and a half, or an hour and 15, and an hour and 15. So, hour and 15 open and an hour and 15 covered. Done.
Wings. Same process, different process a little bit. I know they're smaller cuts, right? So
it's a little different. It's going to go a little faster.
Yeah.
Especially when you're drum cooking. So, and it's, you're going to, you could brine them and inject them. I think the wing flats handle the injection a little bit better and just injecting them. But they're going to cook fast. They cook pretty fast.
There's very minimal trim that you can do to a wing. Honestly, you just got to make them kind of similar, right? Just kind of make them all the same. You can get some big wings, you can get some thicker wings, but you got to trim them down a little bit, make them all the same. Smitty's very famous, and we all know that he pulls that bone out of there to do that. Is that pretty much what a lot of the KCBS teams are doing? Is that kind of the school now? Because we all know when somebody has done well in something, everybody's going to do it, right? So is that something in the KCBS world that people are pulling the bones?
I think it's making its rounds. But I mean, I'm not in everybody's trailer, so I'm not seeing their boxes. So I'm not sure. I think at the end of the day, it goes back to what I said in the beginning: cook thighs and keep it simple, and make sure you're consistent so that you can, so that That's funny. So that you can put yourself in the running for GC. And I think that's where my head goes when it comes to all of this is, yeah, it'd be fun to cook wings and do that. When you go to the Jack, you kind of have to, because you got to have dark and white meat in that chicken box, and you got to have 7 pieces total. Right. So that's kind of a mind fuck, in my opinion, that whole Jack chicken box shit. But I just try to keep it simple and stick with the thigh, and I just don't play those games, man.
I like it. Keep it simple. Somebody said KISS, and we don't keep it simple, stupid. Little Gringo, what is your go-to for each of the meats you have cooked on the old hickory, the Myron Mixon, and the Yoder and drums?
I haven't cooked on an old hickory in comps, but just the Myron for the majority of my career, and then now just recently, last year I cooked on a Yoder Frontiersman stick burner offset. And now this year I'm just I went to Australia, so I had to cook off what they had. They had a Yoder and a drum. So, and then I had the same thing in Canada. So I've been fortunate enough to hook up with brands that I'm used to cooking on when I go to these other countries. So, it doesn't really matter. If it's got heat and smoke, dude, as long as you know how to run that and you know how to, even a pellet grill, a pellet grill is supposed to be really simple, but there's some people that don't know how to use it right, because we're just trying to get color. You know what I mean? We're trying to get color and get a little smoke on that to have that color. And then we're wrapping and trying to go for tenderness. So as long as you know what heat to cook at and you're using the right flavors, because I always believe that your charcoal and your wood or your pellets or whatever are an ingredient, just like salt and pepper. So, you got to know how to use those in the right amounts and when to use them and when not to use them. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff. So like most people that are can cooks, when they have a chicken can, they don't even put wood in there. They just cook on the lump charcoal and that's it.
Yep. Eddie, any questions on chicken before we go on to ribs?
Nope. No, sir.
The only question that I really have on ribs, because Texas teams, they can do ribs as well. It's the same kind of, you cook a rib, you cook a rib. Tenderness is kind of like the kind of offset. You've heard Texas tender. We like fall off the bone down here. Generally, when we go up north, we back off as far as how long we cook them. What are you probing, feeling? What are you thinking here? Is it timeline as far as once you wrap your ribs, or is it are you probing here? I'll tell you, I'm probing Texas tender. It's 212. 211, 212, 213 on a rib, which is way over what I want to do when I go to KC or when I go up north. Feel like I'm looking at a 207, 208, 209 rib, to where you get that kind of that bite and you still have that, that mouth shape bite.
The half moon. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'll be honest with you, those temperatures that you popped off, that's what I cook mine to. I take mine to 212, 213, but
nice.
I think it depends on the rib that you're cooking. I cook Prairie Fresh, and they're very heavily marbled. And so I think, as you guys know, a more marbled product is going to cook faster and a little bit different than a not as marbled product. And I'm usually, when I was cooking on my Myron, I cooked them at 275 degrees, and it was about a little bit of time, but I'm probing. Once I wrap, I do put my ThermoWork probe in there. And watch it. But yeah, that's what I pushed them to is 212, 213. That's not fall off the bone. That's like perfect. And if I stopped at 207, they'd be tight. So I think the variables are the cooker you're cooking on and the brand of rib you're cooking. So I think those are factors. And obviously, what temperature you're cooking at, because the hotter you're cooking, I know guys in KCBS in Kansas City that are cooking on cans, and they're pushing the same rib I cook. They're pushing it to like 216, 217, but they're also cooking hotter. So they're cooking hotter and faster, which means that finishing temp's going to be a little higher. So,
damn, that sounds so high though. Yeah. Danny Dietz Memorial Classic checking in. Yes, we are ready. We're excited. We're talking about you right now. Yeah, that's some different thinking. I don't know, Eddie, what have you heard? I think you've done a few KCBS. What do you?
Yeah, I usually cook them how I cook them here. Man, maybe just 1 degree less, but I mean, they're really fucking tender. And man, the only thing I did hear new, which I heard last night on last night on Mike Steele's show, Smitty was saying that now they're taking it out of the box with the fork. I don't know how. I mean, he said that that's what they're doing over there in California, and it's supposed to be, nationwide. But is that accurate, Fergie, or have you heard about that? Or
I haven't heard about that, but I know when I was on the KCBS board, that rule came across our desk, and it was so silly. Like, why? Well, this person says no, they're not using forks. I don't think they are using forks, because we had brought it in because we had a bunch of people bitching about it, and then finally we realized, like, this is so dumb, because this pitmaster just went through all that trouble to make that texture happen, and then you got these judges going in and stabbing a fork in it.
There's your answer this weekend.
Yeah, they're not
providing any forks.
Yeah, I mean, I heard it, like I said, last night. Smitty said it, and man, I feel like Smitty ain't gonna make up some.
No.
But maybe they're just doing it in California. Man,
well, yeah, and that's the problem. That's one of the problems we have right now. Is you got organizers and I mean, I don't know who's doing it, but somebody's going rogue on things like this, and they just make shit up and do whatever they want when forks are not part of the game. They're not part of the structure of a KCBS contest. They shouldn't be in there. You don't need them.
Yeah.
This person is a little gringo. That is Eric Cantrell, certified master barbecue judge. They're probably using paper forks, like paper straws in California. So they're probably just picking them up with their hands and calling them forks.
Because, I mean,
good night to all of you.
What just happened?
Man, we just got cut off by a case.
What was that?
I think Ty needs to go home.
I was moving videos around.
He's trying to get this shit wrapped up.
I thought we just got hijacked or something.
No, I was moving stuff around, getting ready for a Rate My Box. My bad.
We're good. We'll do a couple of Rate My Boxes in a minute. All right. Let's move on to rib. I'm sorry, we just talked about ribs, but real quick on chicken and ribs sauce. Is it your goal on sauce? You doing a baked in sauce? You doing a little sauciness? When I say baked on sauce, I'm talking about
tacking it up.
Tacking it up a little bit, or is it kind of saucy on both of those deals?
On chicken, I dunk, and then I set it up, and then I've got a little sauce that I hit the bottoms with right before it goes in the box. And then on ribs, I've got a rib sauce, and then I've got a rib dunk. And the sauce goes on while it's still in the wrap at the end. And then the dunk is after I slice and I get my set, and that's on the board. And then I dunk them, and it's super hot. I dunk them, and then they go all together and go right in the box. They do not go back on the pit.
Thank you, Ferg. You're putting out some great information, man. I appreciate you. Again, we're not talking recipes, just techniques today. And pork, Eddie, I know you got some maybe questions. I don't know you have any questions on pork as far as
pork?
Pork.
Nah, bro.
Eddie's set. He's set on pork. The only question that I have as far as like layouts or is bacon. We all know bacon. I don't think Texas judges, now we're talking about bacon, CBA, Texas judges, I don't think they understand the importance or the delicacy or the whole technique of bacon down here in Texas. But again, I think we are getting some KCBS certified judges here this weekend in KCBS at the Danny Dietz Memorial Classic. So is bacon something that you're definitely going for? Is this important to you to put in a box, or can you win with muscles? Can you just what's your plan for Fergolicious BBQ going into a pork box, man? Layout.
Man, pork is a crazy category, man, because people always want to talk about how crazy chicken is, man. But pork is just one of those things that it's got so many options.
100%.
And you got so many options, and you get tempted to be, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do that. And again, as I mentioned earlier, I try to keep it simple. I've used bacon before, I go ahead and I pull it when I'm, looking at when I'm harvesting the shoulder and I'm looking at what I could use. But when I go into it, I typically am either just going to do a money and a pulled, or a money and a chunk money, or if I've got some good stuff, I'll do like a money, a chunk money, and a pulled. And that pulled may or may not sometimes include the bacon. It just depends on how the bacon feels. As you guys know, a lot of times that bacon can be really, really, really loose. I mean, the butts I cook, the USA Prime Prairie Fresh, they've got great fat caps on them. And so I can typically get great bacon out of it. But again, I'm just trying to keep it simple, man. I'm just trying to give them the best stuff I can put in the box. And if I don't like the bacon, it ain't going in.
Yeah. Bacon is you mentioned it's so delicate, right? It's so hit or miss on as far as, there's a fine line of what's good, what the texture feels good, got that nice bite feel versus over. I think you can mix it in with some pulled, right? You can put it on top, kind of.
That's what I do.
Yeah. So
that's what I do. But I only cook one whole butt. I mean, the rest of what I cook are CT
Monies.
butts. So I'm only getting bacon from one butt. And so if it's not enough to make a difference, I'm not going to even mess with it. So.
Smoking and toasting, that's a question. What typically goes into pulled?
So, we mentioned bacon. If it's good, I'll use some bacon. I will grab the 2 tubes that are right behind the money muscle. So
I'll be back in 2 minutes.
I've already moved my money muscle. There's 2 tubes back there. There's one really long, thin one. I'll grab that one, and then there's a little thicker one right below that. I'll start to pull from that, and then I'll get into that one. It's not the horn, but it's that one blade muscle that's all white. And it's typically a little tighter in texture.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can get that just right, which I injected a lot. So if you can get that just right, when you pull that apart and you can wrap it around your finger, you're home free. And so, but the nice thing about that piece is it'll add a little bit more different mouthfeel to that pulled. So you don't, if you've got some nice tenderness going on, this will add a little bit of texture to it, which you want. And then I'll usually go to a little bit of the horn if I really like that. And really that's about all I'll pull. And then I get that all laid out and mixed together, and then I start going to work on it.
Man, I think the horn's great. I mean, if I cooked whole butts, I'd definitely go for it because it's so tender and it's kind of hard to fuck it up,
Yeah.
that piece you're talking about, man, I always just rip it out. I chunk it, man. I don't even mess with it because it's always a little tight. I'm like, man, it's not going to work. But I guess I'd never really concentrated on it or tried to make it good because, man, it's always just, I don't know. I feel like it's not the best part. So
it's not the best part, but it can definitely add depth to your pull.
No, that
and
makes
it can
sense.
also save you too if that other stuff you really like is a little overdone.
Yeah.
And so if you mix it in, it can add a little bit more to that so that when they're eating it, they're not going to be writing a comment card and giving you a 7 and says mushy.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that definitely makes sense. I never really thought of that. I mean, I'm only doing monies. I don't want to fuck up the monies by, putting my mind on something else, so I just, man, the less amount of shit that I got to do, the better.
Yep.
Hey guys, thank you very much. Did we answer Jacob Kennedy's question about how do you determine doneness on a money muscle?
Probing it, man. Probing it and feeling it. You know what I mean? Like I usually take those to about 200, 201. And once I get them out, I'll probe them a little bit more, and I want to see how that feels. And it could be 202, 203. It's typically not below 200, but if my Thermopin is feeling good on that, then I'm good to go. So, and that's one of those things that it's hard to teach that. You just got to cook a lot. And I tell people that all the time. They say, oh, I went to this contest and we thought we turned in good food. And the judges didn't think so. And so the first question I ask them is, well, why do you think it was good food? And they don't know how to answer that question. And then I'll ask them, well, how many contests have you cooked? And the typical answer is, like we've cooked 8 or 10 our whole career. And I'm like, well, you don't know what good is yet. Like, you got to cook more. And that's not a negative comment on anybody. That just comes with experience.
Yeah, yep.
The more you cook, the more you understand what I mean when I say I probe it and I feel it. Like, there's pit masters out there, you could just take that and pick it up with your hand and know, you know what I mean? And I can do that. Especially with ribs, all those, just feeling it. But then when you go to probe it, you're like, done, let's get it out of here. You know what I mean? Like, that's when you can know that immediately. That's when you've hit that level where you've cooked enough that, you've got enough reps in that you now know what that feels like and you know what that tastes like.
All right, let's go on to brisket so we can get out of here and maybe do some rate my boxes here just for Eddie to do his thing and Ferg to do that. But all right, man, chicken, ribs, pork. Thank you, Ferg. You've been awesome right here. Are burn ends important in KCBS?
No, I don't turn them in. I don't even cook the point. I stopped doing that probably 3-4 years ago when I learned that these Snake River Farms Golds are so awesome. The texture of them is so great. The flavor of them is so great. But I just feel like it's hit and miss on whether a judge understands what that is supposed to feel like and what that's supposed to, the mouth feel in that texture. And so I just stopped giving them the opportunity. And I just turn in straight slices and I give them gangster slices and
gangsta.
That's it. That's all they're going to get.
Eddie, you're a brisket man. You got a brisket rub coming out. Any questions as far as KCBS style brisket?
No, sir.
All right. Well, I still have questions. So
ask along.
Blocking. If you somehow, generally you want to trim it, right? You want to trim it to the box before you even put it on the pit here. But if for some reason you're open there and you're sitting at the cutting board and you realize, hey, I got too much length here. That's what she said. How are you blocking this, and does it hurt you to block this there? And I have a question for Eric Cantrell, who's in the comments too after this. Go ahead.
I have blocked, but I don't remember the last time I did that. I've just trimmed so many briskets that I know exactly the width to trim them, and I don't think it hurts you. I mean, it looks different in the box, but from an appearance standpoint, but that should not be a reason to, give somebody an 8 in appearance just because it, squared up. But I try to keep the more natural look of the flat. So, but I don't think it hurts you though.
Question for Eric Cantrell, little gringo. He's in the comment. He is a certified master KCBS judge. Eric, when you open a brisket or when you see a brisket box and there are not burnt ends, is it disappointing? Is it something? Are you able to, just block that out of your mind and just go with what it is? Because, we've all watched the barbecue pitmaster shows and they were so prominent on burn ends, right? That was the whole thing here. And I feel like Texas CBA has introduced burn ends to Texas now. And I feel like right now, Richard, if you're going to come to Texas, I feel like you have to turn in burn ends to score well in brisket right now. That is my opinion. Eddie, what do you think about that?
Man, I agree. And
in Texas,
and in Texas, yeah. And a lot of people are cooking burn ends and they're not cooking them right, and they're fucking other people that are cooking them right, So, yeah, I agree. You have to.
I think that's all
you almost
silly.
have to fucking cook burn ends to do good here.
I think it's all silly. I think it's a brisket box. So
yeah,
you should be able to just turn in just flat, just burn ends, or both, and be fine with all three. So, and I feel like myself and a lot of other people have proven that. So
yes, in CBA, I said that.
Yeah.
Little Gringo says not at all.
I do have a question actually.
You judge what is presented. And
exactly. That's the way the game is played.
And he said they stressed that in KCBS. And Danny Dietz Memorial Classic this weekend said that is in CBA. Yeah, that's what I said. In CBA, in Texas.
Yeah. I do have a brisket question.
Go ahead, bro.
So I see a lot of KCBS cooks brisket, and it looks like, man, it looks like there's no bark or no seasoning or nothing on the top, right? It's just sauce, and the color is just like kind of red. Is that, I mean, is that like a thing now, or how did that kind of happen?
I guess I'm not following her
So,
for sure.
So, man, I just seen a lot of briskets where the top, right where the bark should be, there's nothing. Like, it's just no color to it. It just looks like meat with sauce. And I've seen people, wrap their brisket upside down to get rid of all the bark and all the seasoning and everything that you've kind of built up over the cook. I've seen that a lot, and I don't know if it's a KCBS thing or if it's like a regional thing or if everybody's doing it. I don't do it in KCBS, and I do very good with brisket in KCBS, but I've seen a lot of it, and man, I'm just wondering if that's kind of like a thing or that only some people do it, or.
I don't do that. I sauce my brisket, but I do that like after it's all done and it's been resting for 3 hours and I'm getting ready to go to the board with it. So, I get it out, I sauce the top, I put it on a rack, I put it back on, I let that sauce tack up, and then I bring it in and I start slicing.
Yeah. So it still looks like a brisket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I'll have to find a picture and send it to you. So
Send me that because I'd like to see what that looks like.
It looks like they don't want any bark, and I've talked to a couple guys and they're like, man, I just don't want anything hard on the brisket, which I understand that, but man, I have a bargain. My shit ain't hard, so I don't know.
Yeah, well, I think that comes down to just knowing how to cook it too. Not that I will say that bark in competition barbecue, especially KCBS, is not like a thing.
When I say bark, I mean like that dark, the color of
the color,
not actual fucking crust. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I stress color all the time. So especially with brisket. So send me a picture of that. I'd like to see what you mean.
And there'll probably be one on here.
Oh, okay.
You're muted, Rob. They're still muted.
Better.
There you go.
There it was. If one is not better than the other, be disciplined. Only put the best stuff in the box, because if you put it in, the judges will take it out and try it. Eric, another question. I know we kind of touched on it. If you're going to do a straight wing box, as a judge, do you care if that second bone is in there? Do you care if they take the time and the skill to pull that out of there? Was that going to affect your score, or maybe influence you one way or the other? Question to Eric, again, certified master judge here. But go ahead, Richard.
I'll give you my answer on that. None of it should matter. It's chicken, and it's chicken in the box. Whether it's got both bones in it or it's got one bone in it, it doesn't matter. It's good barbecue is good barbecue. And if the chicken is tender and it tastes good and it looks good, you nine that bitch. You know what I mean? Like that's the way it is. These are just all techniques that people have figured out to maybe help their score out. But from a judging standpoint, they shouldn't be sitting there. And I hope he says the same thing, but let's see.
He's still answering on the brisket.
Okay.
Sometimes, Eddie, they get the brisket a little too salty or peppery, and they will scrape the rub off the top to tone it down. I have seen that more than once.
Wow.
That's wild.
Ferg, thank you so much, man. Again, we didn't talk any recipes here, but your techniques, tips, know-how has been very instrumental tonight, man. This has been awesome from what you provided, and I hope we didn't impede on anything you teach, because I know we did, but I hope it doesn't affect anything, because again, you're still going to be out there doing your thing and teaching, and this is just another perfect example of why you should attend Richard Fergola class, man, because what he provided tonight as far as techniques and tips and know-how, without talking about recipes and all of that, man, that is all the more reason to take this man's class and go and check it out. As far as, especially if you're a KCBS cook, because my goodness,
You're a wealth of knowledge, my man. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I'll wait for Little Gringo to answer the bone in the wing question. But Ty has some boxes, right, Ty? Or do you have any questions for Richard, man? Before you
I kind of do. I kind of want to start some shit if it's okay. Like,
love it.
Like, I love your personality, sir. You know, I've never met you before this, but I've taken notes. I really love the comprehensive look you're bringing, going through each of the meats. This is what people just starting out in barbecue really watch the show for. Like, there's people that are commenting that are cooks, but there's people that watch the show that comment to me like, what the hell is all this? You know, and they're in college, they're all around. So thank you very much for letting us just shut up and listen to while you were going through all those 4 meats. That was very cool. 100%. What I want to ask you is, having been on TV, you know, you traveled around the world, you specified world with your brand and your marketing. You're very savvy at that. It seems like. Here's the shit I want to start. All right. So what's the best barbecue in the world? KC, Texas, St. Louis, Memphis, North Carolina, or like other?
Oh, he thinks the Chiefs are the best team in the world.
Yeah. Okay. Substantiate your answer. If you think it's KC, go ahead.
Kansas City, baby.
And why?
We knew that.
I'll say this. I think my 2 favorite are Kansas City and Texas because Kansas City I love because it's like a melting pot of barbecue. It's kind of a plethora, if you will. That's what I love about it. And what I love about Texas barbecue is the traditional, like old school way of doing it and presenting it. I love that. Like, when I went to Big Ern's place, man, like I was blown away by that. That's the best barbecue I've ever had. The second best barbecue I've ever had is Chef Jay in Kansas City. And it's amazing. I'm telling you, it's on that level. It's on that level of Ern's. He's right there.
Chef Jay. Okay.
I've been to Truth Barbecue in Houston. I thought that was pretty good.
Yep.
That's what I love about Texas is just that when you go to a good place, you see all these offsets and you see fire burning and they're slicing the brisket right on the board in front of you. I love that shit. And that's definitely Kansas City and Texas has got they're the best. And I've had barbecue in all those other places that you mentioned, and I've had good stuff here and there. I mean, I love my boy from Sugar Fire in St. Louis. He does a great job there. Mike Johnson. You know, Memphis is a different animal. Memphis is just a different animal.
Well, I appreciate you answering that. It's, you know, I grew up in Kentucky, and my introduction to barbecue was kind of been from a guy from Texas that said, "Hey, I'm gonna cook you a brisket." And I was like, "What the fuck is a brisket?" You know,
you were like, "Where's the mutton?"
Yeah, this was way back in like, you know, 2000.
Where's the mutton?
Yeah. So, and then being part of this show, I'm a bit of a snob about barbecue. Like, I think Texas is the greatest thing going, but it's really fun to see Phil Breeden, you know, Kit Polk and Bill Purvis go to Australia. You talked about being in Australia. Like, we talk every week. What I wish for you guys going forward is to just market the shit out of yourselves, and people just need to see these personalities, because with all the shit happening in the world, I find respite, and I'm sitting here not even thinking about other stuff going on because barbecue heals, man. So thanks for sharing.
Yeah, you bet. You bet. You know, Australia, in that day one, Kansas City was 1 and Texas was 2 because Phil reserved with me. You know, that was awesome to have KC and Texas representing, you know, halfway around the world.
That was cool. That was really cool. I got to see that. I was watching live, I think. Little Gringo, on the wing question, it's the top one, Ty. There you go. The one bone will sometimes confuse judges, as they will go in for their bite and take a bite thinking that there are 2 bones in that wing flat. Some of the meat will fall off. Okay.
That makes total sense.
And when that meat falls off like that, it gives them a perception that it may be overcooked. I like that. It's kind of like with meat falling off the bone of a rib. Good points. In KCBS, tenderness is judged based on mouthfeel. So even if meat were to fall off the bone, they pull that small bone. Judges should judge it on the base of the mouthfeel. All right. Last thing, judges don't know how far they can go in on a wing flat in their bite, and they usually will take a small bite, assuming there are both bones in there. Okay. I love it. Has Richard
with thighs? That's why I stick with thighs, because they know how to do that.
Look at B7766. That's our boy out of Northeast right there. Has Richard ever cooked a CBA event?
No, I want to, though. I do want to.
Do you think you would have to change anything?
Since you, I wasn't going to bring up CBA because I thought you were an exclusive KCBS guy. So if you were to do a CBA event, what would your walk-up song be?
Well, it'd probably be Fergolicious.
Okay, awesome. And so that's what I was going to say. So do you think that, like, with all the stuff going on, do you think if you started playing that and it goes on a video, you think there's going to come at you again?
No.
Okay. I was reading in the comments, it says you've been through a lot, so I figured it was the legal battles. I made a leap there, but okay, cool. All right.
No legal battles. Nope. It was
Fergolicious. It is.
Glamorous or big girls don't cry is a question.
It'd be Fergolicious or anything 311.
Would you change anything coming to CBA?
Probably not out of the gate. I mean, I'd probably seek some advice from my friends, just like when they
just like we're doing today, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Just like when they were coming into KCBS, they'd call me up and be like, "Hey, should I do this? Should I do that?" I mean, I'd probably do a little bit of research. But again, I think comp barbecue is comp barbecue. So I would just be glad to not have to, mess with any freaking garnish. That'd be awesome. And, just put meat in the box because it's not a salad contest. So
you'll be at the Royal this year, right?
As of right now, I'm not,
Okay.
but there's a possibility that I'm qualified for the Invitational, but right now I've got the opportunity to go to Al Fergoni's thing down in Texas.
Oh yeah,
instead, but
big bull,
I don't
big
know.
Bull.
It's
crazy. A lot of KC teams are coming down here, and we're going up there.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'll come back to it, but. All right, Ty, let's get just 2 or 3. Give your 5 best boxes.
Okay.
And we'll get out of here with Mr. Richard Fergola, because it's almost 10 o'clock. Almost, not quite yet, but it's almost 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I got to put a brisket on at 7 in the morning. So.
Oh yeah. All right. So here we go. We got a KCBS box, poker face. Here, Eddie. I already know what Eddie thinks. No, but we'll judge this here.
Are there only 4 wing flats in that box?
That's what I see.
That's what I see as well. That's what I see. We'll let so here's what we do. We do poker face, Richard, and then we'll let the Gooder gang. There's Dotson in the house. Mr. Erica Dotson is what I heard on Monday night. We'll let the Gooder gang chime in here, and we're gonna do a CBA scale. So Fergie, we do 10 is excellent in CBA, 9 is very good, 8 is fair, 7 is poor and personal. Again, Gooder gang, 10 excellent, 9 very good, 8 is fair, and 7 is poor and personal. If you give it 8 or 7, please explain your score. Man, I'm seeing some 8s in this thing. Wasn't quite expecting that. 8-6. There are 10 teams from. Oh, he's not answering that. 8 Rosecki Armendariz. Sorry. 9 ZZ Top. 9 Daddy Dutch. 8 Gordo Q. 9. Go ahead, Ferg. You're our guest tonight. I'll let you go first on this guy.
Well, I would give it a 9. I mean, it looks nice.
Yeah.
I guess I don't understand the 6 thighs and the 4 wing flats though. So if there's 6 judges at the table, I mean, 2 judges aren't getting the flat. So, and the sauce work isn't all that great, but
why do you say that? Why do you say that?
Well, there's like the middle one on the left. It's got a big hole in it, like splotch there. It's dabbed a little too much on the middle one on the right. And so the sauce is a little uneven. I mean, I don't know, maybe it's the way it is, but I'm still going back to the judges every judge is going to get a thigh, but not every judge is going to get a wing. So I'm not sure how that works out there, but.
Certified master judge says yes, only 4 wing flats, which is legal entry, even at the jack. He scores at a 10. Nothing wrong with that. Okay.
At the jack, yes. At the jack it is, but I didn't know how you guys do it. So
even and CBA is legal. You only have the minimum of 6 pieces. So
okay,
he's got the minimum here. 6 bites, actually, minimum of 6 bites. You could really turn in 4 thighs and be legal here. Too much bass boat. I don't know about that. All right, I'll go next. I will give this a 9. I can't give it a straight 10. It just, the symmetry doesn't look all that great. I don't mind the I say viscosity, the viscosity of this, but those 2 in the back look kind of off. The first 2 on the left look perfect. The other 3 on the right just aren't there yet for me. I'm gonna give it a 9. Go ahead, Eddie.
I'm gonna give it a 8. I don't like the uniformity, and I know that in KCBS they don't really care too much, but man, I do, and I don't like the sauce.
I think they do care. Why do you say that? They don't care too much.
Well, because Eric Cantrell, he always says, man, as long as they kind of look similar, but it doesn't have to be symmetrically perfect.
Symmetry is not a criteria to judge on. Okay,
yeah,
that's what he said.
So
all right,
if
nice.
Each individual one looks great in their own fucking shape, I guess that's all right. But I don't think it looks good.
I don't know that all of these certified master judges like Eric know that, right, or feel that way. I think symmetry is important.
Well, it's probably important, but I don't know if it's a criteria.
No, it's not a criteria.
Right,
You just mentioned it's not a criteria.
Yeah.
All right, next
That's
box,
8.
please. Oh, did you score it? What you said? 8, right?
8.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
8. All right, obviously we got a half chicken. Go ahead. Here's a half chicken, man. What do you know about half chickens, Ferg?
Oh, I mean, I know a little bit. It's kind of up really close there, so it's kind of hard to see the whole thing. But
yeah, I agree.
I mean, it looks good to me, so I would give it a 10.
Oh, okay, nice. All right, we'll let the Gooder Gang chime in, and we'll let Eddie give it a 7 here in just a minute.
That's not the worst box I've ever seen in my life.
I can see they did some. Here's what I like about this thing. I'll just go quick right now. A lot of 9s in here coming in right now. Wingtip, no wingtip, 9.9. Would have been a 10 with a wingtip apparently from Daddy Dutch here. 8, just a bad pick. Yeah, the pick is not great. We can't see the complete layout because it's so up close here. I can see they try to do, which is what I try to do as well. They marked with a little tinge of grill grates. They didn't put the whole full Sharpie markers on this thing here. So there is a little bit of tinge of grilling here, which I like. I don't mind the viscosity here. I love the no wingtip here. I like the shape of this thing. I just wish I had a better view of the whole box here. I'm going to give it a 9. Doesn't scream 10 to me just yet. Maybe if I got the full picture of it, I would have scored it a 10. Go ahead, Eddie.
Man, from what I can see, man, it looks pretty good. I like these grill marks. I don't like the fucking badass like Sharpie
100%. 100%.
I like these. I think it looks natural. I think it looks good. Sauce might be a little too runny on this one for me, but man, I'll give it a 9. It looks pretty decent.
Ooh, a 9 is almost a 10. All right, let's go. Last couple more. We're almost done, B. How many burn it? Is that that's
I don't know.
6, I think. Not symmetrically 6, though. All right, Gooder Gang, do your thing because we're almost out of time here. Let's go. Come on. We got to get Ferg to bed. We got to get Eddie to bed.
I'd give this one an 8.
All right. Tell us why.
Well, you can see all the edges on the side are crumbling off. So the knife work wasn't that solid. I don't like that curved look to it. I don't either. It's just strange. And then the burn ends are jacked up. You can see meat sticking out in the front. You know, you got to take a little bit more time when you're putting this box together. But yeah, the edges were fraying big time on the slices. So that's the first things I saw. And it's just the color's weird. I think this might be kind of what Eddie was talking about a little bit. I mean, this does have some bark on the top, but the fronts of the flats have a really light color to them. So yeah, I would go 8.
Yep. Yeah, real quick before I give you my commentary, if you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. If you're watching on Facebook, please do that. Thank you to our guest tonight. He's been awesome. I agree with you there. I don't like this full curve. I don't mind a little bit of curve. Real quick, KCBS brisket are fat on the bottom. There's a lot of fat here. You can see it kind of on the back of that first burn end, like maybe the bottom of that thing is fat, excuse me. Are we trimming that off? 100%.
I do, yep.
Yeah, no fat. I agree with you in KCBS. You got to trim it off. You don't want to get killed for it. Just looks dry to me. I'm sorry. I don't like quite a bit of this thing. I'm going to give it an 8. Go ahead, Eddie.
Before I give my score, Ty, I sent you a brisket box that I was sent. And that's the KCBS that I was talking about.
That will be our final box.
So this is be a 7 for me. It definitely looks dry. Burn ends don't look good. The brisket just, I'm trying to be nice. It just looks like, man, they're probably barely starting off cooking, and that's okay. But yeah, I mean, we need to clean this up, trim it before you cook it. Like, that's probably, besides having a good piece of meat, the next best thing is to trim it. So trim it properly. But yeah, I mean, man, for right now, it's a 7.
All right. Next box time. Shout out to the 40 plus people still watching tonight. 2 hours in. We've had a great guest, Richard Fergola, Fergolicious BBQ. Is this our final box, Ty?
Yeah.
Okay. Is this the one you wanted, Eddie?
Is that the right one?
That's yes. So
this will be our final box of the evening. We do all have to get out of here. 2 hours in. Thank you very much. Gooder Gang, do your thing. Before y'all do so, thank you very much for tuning in tonight. We've had a wonderful guest, Mr. Richard Fergola. I'll give him an opportunity to give some shout outs here at the end. Thank you to our co-host back for a night, Mr. Eddie Morales from the Pit Father Barbecue. Shout out to the Gooder Gang. You guys are amazing and awesome. We have had some amazing commentary tonight. If you didn't get a chance to watch this, go back and watch it. Shout out to Little Gringo and producer Ty. Producer Ty been running it in the back end. All right, let's see what we got here. 8, 10. The lighting is a little hazy. No issue with the blocking. I love this commentary from a certified master judge. 7 looks like spam. Note to self: shake your box at El Campo.
This is a KCBS box, right?
This is a KCBS box for sure. Yeah, we don't have.
Whenever I was talking about that with you, I got sent this box.
Yeah, I would give it an 8, even though it looks pretty clean. I mean, everything's, even though they docked it, it's still even.
Are you giving it an 8 out of 9 or 8 out of 10 here?
8 out of, if it's a KCBS box, I'm giving it an 8 out of 9.
Okay, 8 out of 9. Gotcha.
Yeah, because it doesn't look terrible, right?
Yeah.
But if there's one thing I learned in KCBS barbecue is that your appearance should also involve, does it look appetizing? Does it make me want to eat it? And I would be interested in what that tastes like, because I don't want to judge a book by its cover, but I mean, the garnish work looks good, even though that's not part of the factor, but I mean, it all looks pretty clean. So I'd give it an 8.
You said garnish work looks good. It's not part of the factor. I feel opposite. I know you can't judge it on that, but if the garnish work looks terrible, it is going to affect everything. So
that's why we should get rid of it.
Yeah. I'll let Eddie go last here. I'm kind of with you on. I kind of want to taste this to see, but it's more so I want to taste this to prove to myself that this doesn't taste good. To me, it just doesn't look appealing to me. So I'll go on a KCBS scale, 9, 8. And I know that 8 kills, so I'm going to give it an 8 here. Go ahead, Eddie.
So I personally, and whoever's, I know this was a 180 box, and
I ain't
trying to offend nobody, but to me, this doesn't look appealing. I don't want to eat it. It doesn't look. The slices are even cool, but I don't see. This doesn't scream brisket to me, and this is the kind of brisket that I was talking about earlier. Like, there's no. I mean,
this was a 180 box.
This is a 180 box.
What he said. Do we as Texas cooks look at brisket differently though?
There's no bark, right? Like, and when I say bark, I don't mean like crust, but like there's no color to it. There's just like
it is
with sauce and au jus.
Yeah, I think we judge brisket. Obviously, I know that Texas people judge brisket as like a fucking close to the vest, because it's important to us having a great brisket. If you're a Texas cook, you want to pride yourself on a brisket. Richard, as a KCBS, what do you pride yourself on? What is the one category you want to be? Brisket?
Oh, brisket's my jam. I mean, this is
what do you think?
This is where I finished the highest. What's that?
What do you think most KCBS cooks or Kansas cooks want to be known as? A pork cook, a chicken cook, a rib cook, or a brisket cook?
I mean, I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I want to be known as an all 4 meats cook. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be able to cook them all 4 right, but I just know that I've done better in brisket than I have over the years in Team of the Year finishing. I've been in the top 5 like 3 or 4 times. So, I think it's the hardest one to do. So I think that challenges a lot of cooks to perfect it.
Yep.
But if I had to pick my 2 best that I'm at, it's ribs and brisket.
Nice. All right. Well, let's get out of here.
Oh yeah, this was a 7. My bad. I forgot to say. What score?
Oh, you gave 7?
I forgot to score it a 7.
Okay. Eddie gives it a 7. There it is, right there. There's his labels right there. Pit Father. Put him on solo. Put him on solo, Ty. There we go. Brisket.
Oh, nice.
What was it? Redemption?
Brisket Vendetta.
Vendetta. There it is. Brisket Vendetta. Ferg, thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much for coming on the show. You've been awesome tonight.
Yeah, bro.
You've thrown out some wonderful information. We got to hear the backstory. We got to hear, what you got going on with Ferg right now. Man, I appreciate your grind. Best of luck to you and everything you got going on with Fergolicious BBQ, with Richard Fergola barbecue rubs, seasonings, everything. You can find them at Home Depot. You can find them all over the country and the world, right? But thank you so much, man. If you want to give a shout out to anybody, if you want to have some last words here, the floor is yours, my man.
Hey, just thank you for reaching out to me today and having me on here. I really appreciate it. Thank you to, my brand doesn't exist without all of you out there that purchase products, use them in comps and use them at home and in your backyard. I appreciate that. I don't exist without your support. So I appreciate everybody that supports Fergolicious and Richard Fergola Barbecue. And good luck to everybody at the Danny Dietz this weekend. I wish you guys nothing but luck, and hopefully we'll see each other down the road.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Richard Fergola from Fergolicious Barbecue. We're going to drop you down. I'm going to close this out. I'm going to say goodbye to you personally. So just don't go anywhere. Ty's going to drop you down here in the green room, and I'll be right back to you, man. Thank you very much. Appreciate you, Ferg. Eddie, welcome back, bro. Hope you enjoyed this, man.
Yeah, man, it was cool.
What'd you think of tonight's show, bro?
That was badass, bro. I mean, man, he brought a lot of knowledge to a lot of people that aren't very familiar with KCBS.
Barbecue.
100%. That was man, that's badass. So
100%, man. I'll see you on Friday. We are going to be doing a live show. Would love for you to co-host with me there as well. We're going to be basically pulling.
What time?
I don't know.
Depends on what time I get there.
I know.
My wife has to work.
Okay. Well, we'll figure it out, whatever it means. But mainly on the show, we're going to be talking about our 10 pick. Fantasy League. Ty will be there. Ty will be helping us out. We're going to be doing the Danny Dietz Fantasy Q League 10 Pick'em. Basically, we're going to be pulling people. Hey, who's your pick? Give me 1 or 2 reasons. Give me 2 teams that you're on your team and maybe 1 or 2 reasons why you picked them, kind of thing. It's going to be a fun, interactive show. Oh, we don't have no beef, bro. This is a good one.
Was that AI?
No, that's a real picture
going
right
down.
there.
That's going down at Danny Dietz.
That's going down at Danny Dietz there. But man, thank you, Eddie. Ty will drop you down here in just a second. I appreciate you, Mario. Thanks for coming in for tonight.
Yeah,
I
thanks,
appreciate
Eddie.
you, my
Appreciate
man.
it.
There it
It
is.
was good seeing
Hey,
you back.
shout out to Eddie. Brisket Vendetta. You can check it out this weekend at the Danny Dietz Memorial Classic. There he is right there, the Pit Father Barbecue. And producer Ty, the guy that makes it all run in the background. Get in here, Ty. Get in here, Ty.
I wanted to play this video real quick. I forgot to play it last week.
Play
This
it.
is for
Play
the,
it.
Texas Barbecue Bash.
Play it.
Serving the public. Be ready.
Yeah, it was really cool for them to send that in and Texas Barbecue
Colin
Bash.
McElrath from Texas Barbecue Bash. Absolutely.
Yeah,
one of our
cool as hell.
sponsors as well. Well, Ty, thank you very much. You know, I know we started this on a somber note and it sucks, but you mentioned it. Hey, barbecue takes our mind off of what's going on in the world, and that's what we
You mind
do
if I
right now.
plug my podcast?
100%. And
So,
never will I mind.
Appreciate it. So yeah, we did start it kind of strange, talking about some stuff. And my daughter's a journalist. Cadence, shout out to you, Cadence McKenna up in Dallas. So she's like, you know, how can you feel safe in this world, especially the kind of person I am, to know that this stuff is happening? Well, you have to just learn to deal with it because there's some crazy stuff happening in the world, and right now we're seeing a lot of that stuff come right into our doorstep. So stay strong, everybody. We are doing a live show with Carlos Calzada on my podcast tomorrow with Matt Johnson and Al Hero, and our special guest is Carlos Calzada. We'll be live at the Danny Dietz Classic Memorial Cook-Off, and it's going to be a fun time. Have all. We're going to be running around on golf carts if we can get one. And, you know, it's going to have fun time. We're going to be out there. It's going to be fun to be around all the barbecue people. And then for me, you know, to be around veterans. So it's what it's all about, man. Barbecue Hills. I'm going to be asking a lot of people. If you see me, I'm going to ask you, what does Barbecue Hills mean to you? Because there's so many things that reasons people come to barbecue. Rob was because he was tailgating. I was because, you know, I was doing other stuff. But anyway, let's get back to Richard real quick. Hey, I love having Eddie back, and we'll I got some great notes from tonight. Great show.
Wonderful. All right. Well, that's going to wrap up the show tonight. Thank you, each and every one of you guys and gals, for tuning in tonight. You guys are the best part of the show, the Gooder Gang. We will be coming back to you on Friday. Don't have a set time, but I will announce it. Shout out to the Danny Dietz Memorial Classic, Jen Lee, everybody associated with that, all of our sponsors of the show. I see Texas Barbecue Bash is still watching. Madwood, welcome to the show. You are late, but you're right on time. Anytime you can tune in, you're right on time. Well, that's going to wrap up the show tonight. Friday night, we will be coming to you live. We'll be talking about our Danny Dietz Memorial Classic Fantasy Q League Pick'em 10. Should be a wonderful time. We're going to be talking about some highlights of this. And good luck to you guys. Make sure you put your picks in before 5 o'clock on Friday. That's going to wrap up the show tonight for producer Ty, for co-host Eddie Morales, and our special guest, Mr. Richard Fergola of Fergolicious BBQ. My name is Robert Rocha. We are out. We'll see you on Friday at the Danny Dietz Memorial Classic. Close us out, Case. We are out of here.
Good night to all of you wonderful people in Barbecue Nation. You too, California.